Now at 6, utility customers in Pittsburgh may soon receive past due fees and service shutoffs if they haven't paid their bills. Plus, Crowder College in Neosho, Missouri invites the public out for a job fair. And the search for a donated book turns into a public appeal from a former Joplin resident.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Oklahoma Highway Patrol issues an update to a fatal crash report from last week. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. The crash occurred last Thursday afternoon on OK 10. A northbound vehicle on Oklahoma 10 failed to negotiate a curve and left the roadway, striking a guardrail. The vehicle then swerved to the left and collided with a southbound car's boat and trailer. The northbound vehicle then departed the roadway to the left and came to a rest. The southbound vehicle's boat and trailer detached from the car, caught fire and burned. The passenger of the northbound vehicle, Patricia Crisp, died yesterday from injuries sustained from the crash. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, of course, much colder day for us today. Temperatures only got into lower 40s during the afternoon. That was with the help of some sunshine over the past couple hours, but it is chilly. 42 in Joplin, 45 in Pittsburgh. We should be topping out low to mid 60s for this time of the year. It's 41 in Carthage, 45 in Anderson, Nevada, 46 Oswego. We have 48 in Chanute, Miami, sitting at 46 degrees, but it's about 15 to 20 degrees colder right now compared to this time last night. We also have a freeze warning in effect tonight. This is due to a lot of the plants are budding, trees are budding, and if you've already planted outside, you might want to cover it up. If it can't take a hard freeze for about 6 or 7 hours, we're going to be below freezing. Clouds starting to break up, so eventually we'll see clear skies. Later on tonight, when are we going to warm up? We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, some bad news for utility customers in Pittsburgh. Customers will once again see past due fees and service shutoffs if bills are not paid. And because of the cybersecurity incident the city experienced in September of 2023, the utility department suspended late fees and shutoffs. The suspension gave customers additional time to settle their outstanding balances without the added financial burden of penalties. Today, the city provided an update that included resuming late fees. Utility customers can learn more at KOAMnewsnow.com. Pittsburgh Arts Council seeks artists for its upcoming Art Walk. Applications for booth spaces are currently open for artists, musicians, performers, organizations, writer's block, new kids zone, and poetry and fiction readings. Downtown businesses are also welcome to participate by staying open late, offering specials and discounts, and showcasing an artist or hosting a live band. April's Art Walk will take place the 26th from 5 to 9 p.m. in downtown Pittsburgh, Kansas. Crowder College played host to a job fair and career expo today. The event featured nearly 70 area businesses. This year, the college partnered with the Tri-State Human Resources Association to provide free services such as career coaching, elevator pitch preparation, resume review and writing, interview etiquette, mock interviews, and networking tips.
You know, we open it up to anyone, and the reason we do that is there are a lot of employers who, you know, let's say just take healthcare for example. They still need IT people, they still need business people, they still need management people, so not just nurses and doctors. So we try to open it up to everyone because lots of businesses have lots of different types of employee needs.
The free event was open to the public. In Pittsburgh area young professionals held a lunch and learn event today. The public was welcome to join the Pittsburgh Police Department for the event and enjoy some lunch from Opie's. For event organizers, the day also provided an opportunity for other young professionals to network with their peers.
And it's just providing access to young professionals in the area to gain some of those skills in a really quick amount of time that's accessible to them.
Matthew Campbell, a Pittsburgh State University police officer, also conducted a presentation on self-defense and safety. A former Joplin resident is trying to locate an accidentally donated book. The illustrated book about dinosaurs holds a special place in her heart. KOAM's Fernanda Silva tells us why.
Why are you looking for this book now, and why is it so important for you?
This was something that I could, cherish. It's just, sorry, I'm emotional about it, but it's just, I don't have a lot to hang on to of my life in general.
Like many others, Ashley Arthur lost most of her childhood memories in the Joplin tornado. Just a couple of years ago, trying to fill that void, she was gifted a kid's dinosaur book.
Dad was kind of trying to give that back to us, or back to me, so we could still look and see a childhood book that we had.
But the book got lost. Arthur unintentionally donated it to Second Chances in Joplin in the Christmas of 2022.
The store says they tried helping find the book, but it wasn't anymore at their location. So there are two paths the book could have taken. It could have been purchased by a client here, but it could also have been donated to Salvation Army.
Without knowing where the book's now, Arthur went to social media to try to locate the item. She wants to find it, especially now when her dad is dealing with some challenging times.
He's just recently been, diagnosed with cancer and is going through his treatments. It's like, I don't expect him to leave anytime soon, but I just would like to have that in my possession.
For Arthur, a priceless possession. In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Now, Arthur says she doesn't remember the name of the book, but it has a picture of a T-Rex on the front with an orange background. It also has an inscription on the inside cover written by her father. If you think you might have the book, you can contact our reporter, Fernanda Silva. Just go to our website at koamnewsnow.com. Hope we can find it for her. The Gorillas hit the football field this morning, but not against an opponent. John has the story behind the early morning practice session coming up later in sports. But first, a former sheriff in Arkansas finds himself facing jail time. We'll have that story right after the break. The former police chief of Wheatley, Arkansas has been arrested, and that's according to the St. Francis County Sheriff. Ashley Paul has the story.
A police chief tonight, the one behind bars. 25-year-old Jacob Gamble, former chief in Wheatley, Arkansas, is facing charges tonight after serving the small town of just over 350 people for a few years.
His way of policing was to be a bully. And I don't agree with that, and neither do other police officers agree with that.
St. Francis County Sheriff Bobby May says, though, the biggest issue began about a month ago. According to Sheriff May, Gamble allegedly accepted money from a convenience store owner on a monthly basis in exchange for protection involving gaming machines at the store. Sheriff May says the machines are legal, and it was unlawful for Gamble to accept any money. He says the business owner was misinformed of the law, and Gamble used that to his advantage.
He told him the last month that he didn't have enough money to pay. Chief Gamble got up an arrest warrant for him on the gaming machines, which was falsified.
Sheriff May says that's when he got the Arkansas State Police involved, which ultimately led to more allegations, including what happened to those machines.
He didn't have a search warrant, so he just took the money and he took the machines, and that's theft.
Sheriff May says the mayor of Wheatley dismissed Gamble from his role a few weeks ago after learning of the allegations. Tonight, Gamble is facing charges including theft and perjury. Sheriff May says he wouldn't be surprised if more alleged crimes come to light.
The investigation's not complete, so I do anticipate possibility of more charges.
And Jacob Gamble appeared by video for a bond hearing today. He was given a $25,000 bond, but had not yet bonded out. A little later, visitors to see the eclipse in Arkansas might find a bit of a bathroom problem. We'll explain.
Plus, we have a hard freeze for us tonight. We're going to look at that coming up next. Well, of course, a much colder day outside for us today as we've only made it mainly into low to mid 40s across the region. A little bit of sunshine over the past couple hours actually helped us get out of the 30s, which was nice, but just a cold day, but a nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Tower cam, we're looking through downtown, still a little breezy. It's going to stay that way as we go through the evening hours, but a big switch. Yesterday was still below normal, but we went into the mid 60s. Drop back near freezing, and then only into lower 40s for highs today. Freeze warning in effect tonight until about the middle of the morning hours. Long stretch that our temperatures are going to be well below freezing. 39 Monette, 45 Anderson, 46 in Miami. Iola is sitting at 43 degrees. Here's 7th and Rangeline. A little bit of sunshine. 42 westerly winds. At least the winds will slowly taper off as we go through the overnight hours, but still we have a northwesterly wind at about 5 to 15 across the region. Through the evening, we slide back through the 40s, 30s, and eventually into the mid-20s later on tonight. Still have some clouds out there. We're going to call it mostly cloudy skies over the next several hours. We'll clear out a little bit more later on tonight. One storm system rolling east out toward the west. Not a whole bunch going on, but we have the upper level winds out of the northwest, and that's what's kind of ushering in that cooler air. It's not going to last long, which is great news. All right, let's go through the night. We drop back mid-20s. Overnight lows. As we go through your Wednesday, we get into the mid-40s by noon. Plenty of sunshine. Once we get into the afternoon, some clouds are going to rotate through, but look at our temperatures. Still 10 degrees above or below our average high, but much better than what we saw today. Clouds skirt, especially our southern counties tomorrow night. Still cold. We drop back near freezing by Thursday morning, but Thursday afternoon is looking better as we go into the mid-60s for afternoon highs, which is definitely going to be nice. And then by Thursday night, we only drop back upper 40s to near 50 degrees. So looking okay. Your Wednesday day planner, 28 start, 45 by noon, high temp, 55 during the afternoon. Let's work our way into the holiday weekend. So look at this, 70s by Friday. We're going to have a lot of clouds. It's going to be very windy. Saturday looks pretty good. We go mid-70s, pushing 80. We have a front that kind of sneaks in, hangs out on Easter Sunday, so there is a chance we could get a few showers early on Sunday morning, and then thunderstorms eventually erupt Sunday evening. Still several days away, but we want to keep our eyes on that. And then additional chances for thunderstorms sticking around even into Monday as well. So if we look at our hot spots for Sunday, strong to severe storms in the yellow. On Monday, still we're underneath. It actually shifts a little bit farther north. So let's look at your Easter Sunday forecast for right now. Of course, Easter is on Sunday. Temperatures are going to be very warm. 60 in the morning, 73 by noon, high temp of 80, but there's chances for thunderstorms increasing during the evening hours. 55 tomorrow, 64 Thursday, 72 on Friday, 76 on Saturday.
I'm digging the temperatures for this weekend. I think it'll be nice.
It
But
will
then,
be nice.
of course, it's still the 4 states. So
It is, so
due
up
to
and
go
down.
back down.
That's what we do.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, one Arkansas company said since the start of 2020, customers have called to reserve portable toilets for next week's eclipse. She said they've received more than 600 orders and they are running low. Crystal Bryan's portable toilet coordinator of Hedges Portable Toilet Rentals and says they're trying their best to make sure they get everyone. But there's just so many people wanting them and so many different places. They're starting to set them up this week for the eclipse. Still ahead, the NFL makes major changes to its rules regarding kickoffs. And Pittsburgh State football has its first practice of the spring season. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
Before the sun rises this morning, Pitt State football takes the field at Carney Smith Stadium for its first spring practice of the year. Now, for the first time under new head coach Tom Anthony, the Gorillas take the field. They practice as a team, and PSU welcomes in plenty of new and familiar faces to this year's group. And it's exactly a month away from its 2024 spring inter-squad game. After his first practice, Coach Anthony says it feels great to be back on the field with the team.
That itch, just sitting around last fall, not being able to coach. Just was so excited to get back out here today. I barely slept last night, but it was fun to get back out today and run around and have some fun with the guys.
Not only do the Gorillas have their first spring practice today, they also announced their 2024 team captains, all of them seniors. Linebacker Alex Gaskill, quarterback Chad Dodson, linebacker Jack Barkley, all of them are captains for the second year in a row. They're joined by offensive lineman Riley Touche, running back Noah Hernandez, and defensive end Malik Berry.
It's an honor. I've kind of had those goals set out for myself for a few years now, and it's really an honor to just be able to lead this team and for those guys to trust in me to be able to put this team in the right place.
Yeah, it means the world to me. I love this team. I'd give anything for this team. I'm super proud of that, but the work doesn't stop here. Now those guys look to me for advice in the face of adversity. And so, yeah, I just got to elevate my game.
Well, over to college baseball, Pittsburgh State wraps up a 4-game homestand this afternoon and dominates Emporia State 13-6. How about the day from Nixon Brannon? PSU catcher goes 4 for 6 with 2 doubles, a home run, and 3 RBI. Meanwhile, 8th-ranked Missouri Southern also at home and also wins big. Game just went final 20 minutes ago. Lions take it 13-4. Southern is now 18-1 at Warren Turner Field. It plays 3 games at Northwest Missouri starting Thursday. Well, I told you yesterday that pro football in the NFL is going to look a little bit different in 2024. That rings true even more so today. NFL owners vote 29-3 in favor of adopting a new kickoff rule today. According to ESPN, this means that the league will use a kickoff format which originated in the XFL a couple years ago. You can see examples of it on your screen right now. Instead of the kicking team lining up alongside the kicker, the other 10 players will be at the opposing 40-yard line, and they can't move until the ball is touched or hits the ground. The return team has to put 9 of its players within the 30 and 35-yard lines, and this is being used to reduce injuries as well as to make touchbacks less common. Now, here's a quick refresher on those rules. 19 of the 22 players on the field all have to be within the 40 and 30-yard lines of the receiving team. No one other than the kicker or the 2 returners inside what's known as the landing zone from the 20 to the goal line can move until the ball hits the ground or a player. So once again, you're looking ahead to the NFL season. Yeah, it's going to look very different at the start, but the goal is with this new rule is there are going to be less touchbacks and more opportunities for returners to make plays.
And I think I heard you earlier today talking about how we didn't have any returns in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, 13 kickoffs, all of them were touchbacks.
That's no fun.
Not at all.
We need some excitement.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for sports. We're back after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Missouri State Treasurer announces he's running for re-election. Plus, Bags to Riches returns for its 13th year, raising funds for the Safe House Crisis Center in Pittsburgh. And why engineering experts say artificial intelligence is already straining our nation's power grid. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. All right, final check of weather.
Yeah, it's going to be cold tonight. We're going to drop back into the mid-20s for overnight lows. 55 tomorrow, looking better. 60s Thursday, 70s by Friday.
All right, final sports note.
Well, we had the chance to catch up with Pitt State football on its first spring practice. Missouri Southern football also on the practice field this week. We're going to catch up with them tomorrow.
All right, looking forward to that. And thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.